All right, Artist of Strong Style here. How y'all doing, everyone? So, here I'm going to show you the Red Dragon Archfiend deck. The structure deck that just came out. It's been about a week already. With the new support of now running what's called the Crimson King. Jack Atlas's deck from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds is the Red Dragon Archfiend. Now, before the new support came out, I was never really into running the Red Dragon Archfiend. Why? It's because it's dragon. It would be dragon. Of course, yeah, I would play dragon, but it would be dragon combining with something. I wasn't really into just making when you're just gonna play nothing but it's gonna be dragons. Rather from your deck, your extra deck, just dragon. That's not my type of style of how I play. But what's in the deck that I love to do, and you're gonna do the whole entire damn time, is synchro. Synchro I love to do. So when my friend told me, try this deck, I know you love to synchro, but I know dragons is not your type of thing. But look at what this deck does. He told me for how many synchros you can do, how many huge big monsters you can bring out and even use with their effects, with their attacks. So he told me, just try it. And then, yeah, with the new support that came out, it makes it more fun, which I like to do, and it makes it more powerful to me. So I suggested, all right, fine, let me try this out. It works well. But yeah, that's just my thing why I kept on denying it. Because before it was Dragon Sworn is what I was doing. But that's somewhat of Light Sworn. When I was going Blue Eyes, yeah, Dragon, but I had Kaijus in there. So it wasn't pure Blue Eyes. It wasn't a pure Dragon deck. So that's just the way it goes. I was never really into running just a pure Dragon deck. Like I said, from the extra deck or from the main deck. Now in this main deck there are no dragons, but the synchro monsters is nothing but dragons. So that wasn't my type of thing. Rather from the deck or extra deck, it's nothing but pure like dragon. I don't know. So I kept on denying it until I'm like, okay, fine. Let's try this out if it's pure dragon. And it works like hell. I never thought I could synchro this way. Because yeah, no doubt, Sword Soul is, yeah, a synchro deck. They're cool, but it's only making like 2 synchro monsters. All right. But the way I made this, it's like, okay, yeah, 2 synchros, but how you're making these synchros is using like 4 synchro monsters all at once. 3 to 4 instantly. And you're still bringing out like 2 huge monsters. But you are synchroing like hell. Like it's non-stop synchro to make these huge big monsters, and you're still bringing these monsters back from your graveyard, or you're able to make these into a more easier place to bring out the Red Dragon Archfiend. So this whole deck is basically Red Dragon Archfiend, and their synchro monsters is based on Red Dragon Archfiend or have a special name of Red Dragon Archfiend. No doubt, Red Dragon Archfiend I like, yeah, it's cool, but it's not a. But when using Red Dragon Archfiend with like other decks, it's not pure. So let's get on to it, and then now, yes, I have done an actual Red Dragon Archfiend deck. So yeah, you get 3 structure decks instantly. You can make the deck already instantly. So, further ado, here we go. Soul Resonator is your staple of the deck, and it's a tuner. It's most likely your main one you're going to want to go for. Summon this, or special summon, search for, add 1 level 4 or lower fiend type monster from your deck. That's what you're going to do. Search for it. Well, get your level 4 or lower, which, yes, you are have a level 4 in here that you're going to want to get the whole entire time. If a card or cards you control will be destroyed by battle while you control a Red Dragon Archfiend or a synchro monster that mentions it, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead of your Red Dragon Archfiend or the synchro monster that you have from being destroyed. So it's like your savior. But this is your soul. That's why it's called Soul Resonator. It's like the soul card of the deck. This depends on the whole entire deck. And yeah, tuners. So yeah, you're gonna need tuners to do synchro. Vision resonator. So yeah, these are the resonators. Resonators are the tuners, most likely. And I'll explain why most likely in a bit. So, if a level 5 or higher dark monsters in your grid is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Vision Resonator once per turn, this way. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one spell trap card that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. So, Vision Resonator. Crimson Resonator. This is one of the top ones also you're going to want in your graveyard. Or anytime special summoned. Crimson Resonator. If you control no monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If the only other monster you control is exactly one Dark Dragon Synchro monster, you can special summon up to 2 Resonators from your hand or deck, except Crimson Resonator. You can only use of the effect of Crimson Resonator once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Dark Synchro Dragon monsters, which you are playing Dark Dragon Synchro monsters. So this is your way of bringing out so many tuners, and you're going to be able to make your huge, big synchro monsters, Dragon Synchro monsters. Synchron Resonator. So yeah, the whole deck is fiends. Most likely a fiend also, and I'll explain in a bit by that also. Synchron Resonator. If a synchro monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Synchron Resonator once per turn this way. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one Resonator monster in your graveyard, except Synchron Resonator added to your hand. So yeah, there were 3 copies. So yeah, you get 3. But in whichever way you feel, whatever ratio you feel is better, rather you want to go 1 Synchron Resonator, 2 all 3, I would just go 2. But your vision, your soul, you're gonna have to go 3 with that. Those are your main actual cards. 1 red Resonator, and yeah, of course, structure deck, get 3, you have 3. But the way you want to make your deck, put as many as you want. Me, I'm just using 1 red Resonator, and it is when this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 lower monster from your hand. When this card is special summon, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, gains life points equal to its attack. You can only activate this effect once per turn. So yeah. Now, what I mean by when it comes to Soul Resonator, search for your level 4, it's gonna be for this one right here. Came in the structure deck as well. The Bone Archfiend. Bone Archfiend. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can send 1 other card in your hand or field to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. Well, special summon this card from the hand or graveyard. Now, also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Dark Dragon Synchro monsters. It's Dark Dragon Synchro monsters. You can target 1 face-up card your opponent has. Okay. Here's the other effect. 1, you're going to send away a card from your deck to the graveyard. And this is when you're going to want to send away Crimson Resonator. The other effect is, when that card is activated, you're going to decrease the level of 1 monster you have by 1 or increase the level by 1. Now this is when you're going to want to put Bone Archfiend to the level of 1 to make it a 3-star, not a 4-star. Which yeah, I'm gonna explain. Don't worry about that. Wandering King Wildwind. It is, if you control a fiend monster with 15 attack or less, you can special summon this card. from your hand. If summoned this way, you can special summon monsters from the extra deck except for the rest of this turn, except synchro monsters. From the extra deck for the rest of this turn except synchro monsters. As I always say, you're playing synchro. There are no link, there are no exceed. It's all synchro. During your main phase, except this turn was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Add one Fiend Tuner with 15 attack or less from your deck to your hand. So yeah, special summon, you want to do some more synchro play. Now what I mean by most likely not tuner of a Fiend is because you're going to be using one Fire and Ascator. At least have one out, it's cool. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can target one level 5 monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. One level 5 monster. Okay, you don't really have level 5 monsters, but at least, you know, you have another tuner. And then what I mean by most likely monsters that are not tuners is because you're going to go with 2 Ascator Dawn Walkers. These are on the structure deck. All monsters, structure deck. Everything. So yeah, you can just make the deck instantly. You can discard one card, special summon this card from your hand in defense position. Then you can add one Fire Ant Ascator from your hand or deck. So if it's in the graveyard, it's not going to be able to do it. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Synchro Monster. Synchro Monsters. You can only use the effect of once per turn. Now, okay. These are all my monsters. If you've seen already in Red Dragon Archfiend decks, they play the Bestials, right? No. I say that's too well, not bad, cool and all, but that's if you're playing competitive. I'm not playing competitive, so let's just have some fun where even if you just have those 3 structure decks, you can make the deck instantly to make it its pure pretty good. So yeah, there are no Ash Blossom, no, hand trap monster cards, nothing like that, and there are no Bestials. It's just what I have in the structure deck, and it still works. It's pretty good. I tried it already. It works. So, those are the monsters. Now we'll go with magics. Okay, here you go. Resonator Call. Add 1 Resonator monster from your deck added to your hand. That's when it's a reinforcement of the army to the Resonator. Search for one. So even if you play one, they're gonna negate it with sometimes they have their link monsters already that would do negation of a magic card you intend to activate. Find them, but you have another one, and they can only do it once per turn. You have your other one you can do, or Ash Blossom, anything. They're gonna negate, but you have another one in your hand. Well, then you have another one in your hand. Crimson Gaia, the continuous spell card, and what you're going to need, it's a staple. During your main phase, you can add 1 Red Dragon Archfiend or 1 card that mentions it from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Except Crimson Gaia. When your Red Dragon Archfiend declares an attack, you can change all monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. If a monster that is on the field is destroyed by battle or card effects, you can special summon 1 Red Dragon Archfiend from your graveyard. Again, I tell you, you're bringing these damn cards out. And some of these Red Dragon Archfiends, not just the regular Dragon Archfiend, counts as the name of Red Dragon Archfiend. So sometimes you might be lucky in bringing out some other ones than just the original Red Dragon Archfiend. And for your searchers, it's most likely your spell cards, and then the only monster you can search for is Vision. That is Red Dragon Archfiend, or mentions it as Red Dragon Archfiend. Burning Soul and Absolute Power. Quick plays, but I'll explain each one. Absolute Power. Target 1 Red Dragon Archfiend you control. If that monster you control battles an opponent's monster this turn, apply the following effects until the end of the damage step, which are, there are 4 effects. 1, it gains 1,000 attack points. 2. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. 3. If it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. And 4. Any battle damage your opponent takes from that battle is doubled. And then Burning Soul, think of it as a quick play of El Shaddai Fusion. Remember, El Shaddai Fusion, you can just do it instantly on your turn. Or Schism, make your fusion. But Burning Soul is almost the same exact thing, except not fusion, it's synchro. And what I mean by that, if you control a level 5 or higher synchro monster, add 1 card from your graveyard to your hand, except Burning Soul, then immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using monsters you control as material. For the rest of this turn until this resolves, your opponent cannot target synchro monsters on the field with card effects. Only once per turn. So it's like a super poly or something like that. You can count it and synchro on that turn. Even on your opponent's turn. You want to synchro? Do it. So most likely a plus, like a +1, plus, or like a +2. +1, get a monster back. +2, synchro. Now just be wise about it, because most likely you do not really want to get rid of your monsters, or some monsters. Yes, you are going to really want to synchro them away, because if they're synchroed and sent away to the graveyard by some effects, oh boy, it's going to get crazy. As for anything else, it's just, your Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 Raigekis, not 3. A Monster Reborn. And then just 1 of each. 1 book, 1 Book of Eclipse. Not like some players that we know they would go all 3 Book of Eclipse or all 3 Book of Moons. No, I just say 1-1. Keep it like that. 1-1. 1 and 1 is fine. And then there's Red Zone and Red Rain. Red Rain. If you control a level 8 or higher synchro monster, banish all monsters on the field, except the monsters with the highest level. Also, remaining face-up monsters on the field are unaffected by other card effects, except their own. Until the end of this turn. If a dark synchro monster is synchro summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can add 1. You can end this card, send it right back face down. So get away, get it right back. Red Rain. Now Red Zone is a continuous trap. When your opponent activates a card or effect while you control, Red Dragon Archfiend or a synchro monster that mentions it, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it. You can target 1 of your banished Dark Dragon synchro monsters, special summon it. Gonna be done once per turn. There are sometimes you are gonna have a banished synchro dragon monster for a good effect, not a bad effect. And then just compulse. I thought of using torrential, but there's no need to really run torrential in there, because what if you play torrential and you have so many monsters out of your huge monsters? You're gonna torrential them. You're gonna destroy them. You don't really want to do that. Just play compulse. Now, the Book of Moon, Book of Eclipse, Monster Reborn, Raigekis, Harpy's Feather Duster, and my compulses are not in the structure deck. But everything else is in the structure deck. Now, all these synchro monsters are in the extra deck. Now, I will describe now the extra deck. You're going to go with 3 Red Rising Dragon. It's your 6, so it's like, your 6-star you're going to be doing. A Fiend Tuner, you have your Fiend Tuners. Now, when this card is synchro summoned, you can target 1 Resonator monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck during this turn except dark synchro monsters. During the end phase, except this turn was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card, then target 2 level 1 synchro resonator monsters in your graveyard. Special summon them both. So this is what I mean by when you're gonna, if you need, okay, first off, this is when you're gonna need Crimson Resonator in the graveyard, because it's gonna special summon and you bring out 2 more. If you need to banish it, bring out 2 more. And then this is what I mean by when you're gonna play Red Zone. Red Zone's effect, you're gonna be able to bring back 1. So it's not bad what I mean by if you're gonna have to banish it. Banish it to bring out, yeah, some resonators, which is you're gonna need some tuners. And yeah, there are 1 of each, so yeah, 3 structure decks get 3. There's a new one, Scared or Scarred Dragon Archfiend. You're scarring your dragon, I guess you could call it that way. This is one of the new ones. You need dark monsters, which, yeah, you are dark and it's going to make a level 8. So this is when you're going to start making, using Red Rising Dragon. Like first Red Rising Dragon, get into bringing out your Crimson, bring out your others, and then you can be able to synchro with it. So, Scarred Red Dragon Archfiend. This card becomes Red Dragon Archfiend while on the field or in the graveyard. The name becomes Red Dragon Archfiend. So yeah, remember I told you by that effect, you can bring out one, bring out your Scarred Red, Scarred Dragon Fiend, because it counts as Red Dragon Archfiend. It becomes Red Dragon Archfiend. If this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Red Dragon Archfiend from your extra deck. And this counts as your synchro summon. You can destroy all attacking monsters your opponent controls. So what I'm saying is, yeah, if you're going to have this out, I'm going to synchro away. You want to send it away? You're going to be able to bring out 1 instantly Red Dragon Archfiend. And I use 2 in here. Cool tech. And yeah, you do get Red Dragon Archfiend in the structure deck. So it's just instantly crazy. I'm going to, and then just, yeah, this is your synchro to activate. But then, yeah, what if you're synchroing for another monster? So you're going to synchro to make whatever monster you're going to make, and you have Red Dragon Archfiend you're going to bring out. That's 2 monsters. It's just crazy. I never thought you can do this, but you can do this. Then you got the Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. Just have 1 in. It's cool. Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. A little battle damage you can, do to your opponent. Or, not battle damage. Damage to your opponent's life points. This card becomes Red Dragon Archfiend while on the field or in the graveyard. So another Red Dragon Archfiend you have. You can destroy as many special summon effect monsters in the field as possible with attack less than or equal to this card. Inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed. So yeah, do a little damage by effects, then just, doing attacks. Then the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Here's one thing. He's not an 8. He's a 9. This is how Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss works. You need 1 tuner. Doesn't matter the tuner. Dark Dragon Synchro Monster. There are so many ways you're going to be able to do this. Quick effect. You can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls. Negates effects until the end of this turn. While this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target 1 tuner in your graveyard. Special summon it in defense position. That's just crazy. Battle damage. I'll bring 1 out. It's just crazy. I never thought... Yeah, like I keep on saying. I never thought you can do this. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane. It's a 10, but no, it's easy. I'm not Just because you think it's like it shows as a 10, it's hard to do. No, it's not hard to do. You can tribute one monster. Dance, target one dragon archfiend monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Okay, that's just ridiculous. That's just crazy. When you have this out and you just have one normal monster out, one normal monster, let's just say tribute it. Bring this back from the graveyard? That's just nonsense. And yeah, 8. What if you use your tuner to make your archfiend and you have another monster out? Let's just say because you had two resonators. You used one to make your Hotbane. And yeah, you used Red Dragon Archfiend. I'm going to tribute my other one. Special summon this right back when you just used it for synchro material? That's just insane. And you're able to bring these huge big monsters out. Now I'll keep on reading what Red Bane does. But that's the first effect. Just bring one Red Dragon Archfiend out from your graveyard? That's just insane. So I'll read on. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon 2 tuners with the same level from your deck and 1 from your graveyard in defense position. Once per turn. Okay, so the second effect, battle damage. I'll bring out 2 more tuners. And yeah, what if one of those tuners where you did not want to synchro, just tribute it to bring out your Red Dragon Archfiend? This is just crazy. And then Hot Dragon Archfiend King Ultimi, Red Supernova Dragon. They're level 12s. But again, don't think it's hard because it's not hard. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. You need 2 tuners, and you have a lot of tuners, and you're going to be able to do this. Plus a Dark Dragon Synchro Monster. Dark Dragon Synchro Monsters you have. When this card is Synchro Summoned, you can activate this effect for the rest of the turn. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects on the field. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. It's like immortal. They cannot play anything. So even if they try to okay, you're gonna make an attack or whatever, they're gonna mirror force you or anything like that. They cannot play anything. Now I'll keep on reading. In response to this activation, to this effect's activation, this card destroys a monster by battle, inflict damage equal to your opponent, equal to that monster's original attack. If this card is in its owner's possession, is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target 1 level 8 or lower Dark Synchro monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. These little effects are like Monster Reborns, and they're huge big monsters with their effects. Their effects are to bring out these dragons out, bring out these tuners. It's just crazy. And then Red Supernova Dragon. You're going to need 3 tuners. Plus any tuner synchro monster. Must first be synchro summoned. Gains 800 attack for each tuner in your graveyard. So yeah, add them up. Once per turn, when your opponent's monster is activated, or when your opponent's monster declares an attack, quick effect, you can activate this effect. Banish this card. Also, banish all cards your opponent controls. Once per turn, during your next end phase. After this card was banished, special summon this card right back. Come on. I'll remove from play. Banish all cards my opponent controls. Next standby phase. This is totally nonsense. a red dragon archfiend deck. And yeah, my friend was right. I love to synchro, but I was just never really into, like, your whole synchro is going to be dragons. I was always into, like, fine, if it's going to be a dragon, okay, but you have like others. So you have like a warrior, you have a winged beast, you have other different kinds than just dragon. But I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, he's right. Maybe I should try this deck because it's all synchro. Because yeah, it's all dragon. And yeah, this deck is just amazing. So what I mean by, all right, a little quick example. So you're gonna go with Soul Resonator, and then what I meant by search for Bone Archfiend. Remember, you have to send away a card from your hand, no matter what it is. Let's say it was Book of Moon. Send it away. Special summon him. So yeah, you start off, get your Bone Archfiend, discard one card, no matter what it is. Special summon it. Now you're gonna send away one card from your graveyard, from your deck, right? Crimson Resonator. Now, decrease the level or increase the level by 1. So I'm going to decrease it to now Bone Archfiend is 3. Synchro. Into Red Rising Dragon. Red Rising Dragon effect goes Special Summon a Resonator, Crimson Resonator. When special summoned, bring out 2 Synchro monsters. Alright, Vision. So Vision I brought out, and then Synchron Resonator. You have these 4 out. So first you start off with just the soul and the bone. This is just nonsense crazy. Synchro once again. Into a level 8 where you're going to go Scarred Dragon Archfiend. Now, you're going to synchro once again. Into your Red Dragon Archfiend Bane. Once into the graveyard, you bring out Red Dragon Archfiend. Synchro once again to a 9. Well, not Bane. Not my mistake. Not Bane. You go into your Abyss. That's just crazy. All this just in one turn. Unless you want to do some more damage to your opponent or, bring out another monster, fine. Remove Rising Dragon. Maybe Crimson, or let's just say you want to bring out just a regular, let's just say, Synchron Resonator. But remember, just tribute one monster. Tribute. One turn, just one turn. A Red Dragon Archfiend, a Hot Dragon Archfiend Bane, and a Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. One turn. I never did a synchro like this before. This is just nonsense crazy. And it just all depends how you want to run the deck. Or you did Crimson Resonator. All right. You brought that out from Red Rising? Okay. Let me get the deck. Fine then. Okay. Crimson, bring these out. I'm going to tribute to bring out Red Dragon Archfiend. Now, 8, 10, 12. You need 2 tuners plus a Red Dragon Archfiend. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. That's 12. You need 2 tuners plus a Dark Dragon monster. It's not hard. And yeah, 1 turn also. This was just 1 turn. I just brought these huge damn monsters out. By the effect of Red Rising, you're going to bring this all out like I just showed you. You're going to tribute for Red Dragon Archfiend, have it on the field, or if you want, bring this damn thing out. And with this on the field, once per turn, your draw could be like another, yeah, tribute. Let's bring this right back out. Nonsense. And yeah, I do love to synchro, and I can't believe I'm synchroing like this. So, a Red Dragon Archfiend deck. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll be doing a test hands also on this deck so you guys can see. I will speak to y'all later. Peace.